Welcome to Teen Up, a podcast that digs deeper into the thoughts of teenagers' mind about the wonders of the world.
If you're new here, I'm your host, Isabella.
And I'm Glenn. If you're not, welcome back.
Here is a quick disclaimer. We are two teenagers that are doing our best to research everything. However, we are not experts, so if we offend anyone or say something wrong, we want to apologize in advance. Please email us to tell us what was wrong. Thank you. So Madison, why don't you start with your podcast intro?
Yeah, so my name is Madison. I'm the host of the Figuring It Out podcast. I've had the podcast for a little bit over a year. I started it in quarantine, and then now it's kind of catapulted my career in a sense, and it's opened a lot of amazing opportunities for me. I normalize not having anything in your life together because I feel like society's pressure is you have to have everything together and perfect. And I just can't stand that. And I used to put a lot of pressure on myself to do that. So, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, like your podcast and the message you're trying to send to people.
Mm-hmm.
So our topic today is about bullying. Our first question would be, what's your experience with bullying?
Bullying, I would say like when I first, like in school, of course, I'm taller, not really like extremely tall. I'm like 5'9", but a lot of kids would like make fun of me for my height and make me insecure. And then kind of like growing up, I think I don't know, I just like didn't fit into the crowd. I just like couldn't. I had to work a lot, like more than other kids in my high school, and yeah, I don't know. I just didn't fit in. So I got like kind of more directly bullied when I was younger, and then kind of like indirectly bullied, like people would purposely leave me out of stuff. And yeah.
Did you do anything to that situation that you were in?
Like do anything to like act upon it? Not really. It's kind of just like I fortunately, I mean, like never really had like a horrible situation. I know people have. I think it's just like you have to talk about it, and you have to like say something, or else like people walk all over you. Especially now with like cyberbullying, it can get to another level. I just watched the new D'Amelio's reality show, and they get bullied to like a whole other level. It's kind of crazy. And especially like with TikTok, people just continuously bully each other just for their own like satisfaction. And yeah, I kind of hate where the internet's going with that. But yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like TikTok is getting a lot of users, and a lot of people are using it and saying their ideas and their opinions on that. And it could like make cyberbullying even worse than before.
Yeah, I mean, it was on the internet before. A lot of people addressed it on YouTube and, Instagram. But feels like on TikTok, people haven't really started talking about it yet. And sometimes they're just normalized, like on this platform. That's what people do. And I just think it's a very unhealthy situation.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like almost encouraged to be a bully on TikTok for sure.
Okay, so moving on to this next question. Why do you think people bully others?
I think it's definitely rooted in insecurity. A lot of people, when they don't feel good about themselves, they project. And yeah, that's why people bully for sure, because of their insecurity.
Do you think that they would attack those or, bully those that are very similar to themselves?
I would say probably, yeah. I mean, yeah, misery loves company. So
yeah, I think it's a very interesting point that Isabella just pointed out, because, they are insecure about themselves. So they attack other people who are like themselves. And it's just kind of like, to me, it sort of feels like they are just attacking themselves. Like they don't like their, I don't know, maybe they're looks or maybe their personality traits, but they don't really want to like hate on themselves. So they vent it on other people.
Yeah, so how do you think like we could prevent bullying or this type of situations?
I think, well, first of all, having conversations like this and talking about it is so vital. And I think just like calling people out, a lot of people just like brush it under the rug, and kind of let those toxic behaviors keep on happening. And,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just calling people out on like their BS, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's just, this conversation needs to be started. If people are just taking other people's hate comments, or like if it's on the internet, or if it's
Mm-hmm.
like in person, maybe they hit them or something like that. They definitely need to, start a conversation about it, and, let other people know that you are going through this. So, you know, maybe someone would help you, or maybe someone would stop them. So I guess back to the person being bullied. How do you think people can cope with bully?
Um, well, I think first of all, just to acknowledge bullying causes so much on your mental health. Like there's no way. Like you feel like you're not good enough, you feel like you're not enough. Um, I remember what was that show a couple years ago? Oh, 13 Reasons Why. That was like honestly kind of like over dramatic of how it is and over exaggerated, but it just shows that like people's words really do affect you. And I think just like reaching out to people is like the main thing.
So you would say that people being bullied, they should talk to someone, maybe a therapist, maybe a friend, or, a family.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I do think that would make them feel better, especially when they feel like they have someone that they can count on, or, someone to let them know that they are not whatever that other person said they are, and that they worth something.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I want to add like a side note. You know how like people are never feel good about themselves because of like the past experiences like these in high school or like during school. Do you think that having the person who bullied them apologize to them when they're like older, would that like help with the overall situation of their mental health?
Um, I, I honestly don't think like directly apologizing. I think it's just finding that growth and closure for yourself. Because I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Like, you have to grow and acknowledge the experience and kind of know that you're more than
Mm-hmm.
what people are projecting on you. So, yeah, I mean, an apology is nice, but sometimes in those situations, the bully doesn't even mean it. So, what's like the purpose of it?
Right, right. I totally agree. So moving on to the last question. How do you think we can help when our close friends or families are bullied?
I think like the main point, just like calling people out, acknowledging their toxic behaviors. Yeah, just basically you have to call people out and it's not okay.
So when you say calling people out, it's just like going to them and telling them what they're doing is awful, or
Yeah, just calling people out for their actions, saying, "Hey, this behavior, the way you're acting towards this person in this hostile way is like not okay. I don't know why you're doing that." And just having an honest conversation with people, because some people are bullying and they don't even notice their behavior because they're so like used to doing that.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I really like how you said it, like honest conversation, because sometimes people just let things slide, and maybe this person said something to you that's very hurtful, and you kind of, just laughed along and didn't say anything, but you maybe secretly were hurt. And, that person thought it's okay to say that. So, they just do it over and over again. Over a long time, it becomes bullying. And that's why I think what you said, like honest conversation, is a very important part of coping, or like helping others with bully, or like the whole situation. Because I would want to believe that most people are not bad people. Like, most people would change after you tell them. And honestly, why not give it a try? Like, if people around you are being bullied, maybe you need to help them to have this conversation.
Like the example that Glenn just gave, when someone said something bad and you don't know, and that person does not know that you're hurt. I think a lot of those times it's just people are always afraid of confrontations, or just saying things. Yes, and this could like lead to a lot worse situations afterwards.
Exactly. I think confrontation is the key to solving bullying. I think just calling people out for their actions, knowing what they did was wrong, and knowing how they like hurt you, because some bullies don't even know the effect that what they're doing is so wrong.
So I guess that's it for our little chat about bullying, and I think we learned a lot here, like about having conversations and confronting the bully to tell them that what they did was wrong and they hurt you. And it is very amazing to have you on our podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for listening to this episode. Remember to like, subscribe, and share our channel.
Also, comment down below if you have any thoughts. You could click on the bell to get notified when we upload a new video as well.
Thank you and bye.